last minute one, and we're so lucky to have her. She is a civil rights legend, activist, author, and my good friend, Barbara Smith.
Thank you so much. Is this for you? You're hearing? Yes. Because it sounds like I'm just talking on the phone. So I want to say thank you so much for letting me speak, because that was impromptu, but seeing all of you and seeing what I saw in real time yesterday on TV, watching the cops go into Colombia using a ladder vehicle. Who knew there was such a thing as a, thank you, who knew there was such a thing as a police ladder vehicle? But I was watching it in real time. The reason I wanted to speak to you, I just want to tell you the organization, some of the organizations I'm affiliated with, but who I'm not representing today. I am a member of Jewish Voice for Peace. I've been active in Jewish Voice for Peace since 2019. I am a member of the Ukraine Solidarity Capital District and solidarity with the people of Ukraine. And I'm also a member of DSA. However, I'm not representing any of them because, of course, I didn't ask if I could, and so I'm not. But just a few things. The last time I was at a May Day parade, march, etc., it was Havana, Cuba, in 1995. Fidel Castro was still alive. He spoke for a really long time, and I was a part of the first LGBTQIA plus delegation that ever marched on a May Day parade in Cuba. So there's that. But more importantly, in the spring of 1968, I was a student at the New School for Social Research in New York City. And I won't go into how it was a wonderful hotbed of radical, both professors and students, but I will say that when Columbia went out on strike in the spring, in April of 1968, our professors closed our school. And they closed it in solidarity because they thought that their students would want to be up at Columbia. Everything that is happening now for some of us is very familiar, and it's more than deja vu. It's about things coming round again to a clear point of opposition to all the forces of exploitation and oppression that we face worldwide. Those of us who are active in the movement to end the war in Vietnam, as I was, are seeing some of the same dynamics that are happening. And that gives us more than hope. Later in the summer, I was active in the movement to end the war in Vietnam from the time I entered college in 1965, and went to some of the major mobilizations to end the war at that time. And in fact, we did end that war. That was a popular people's movement. When we started, it was not a mass movement. By the time we finished, when we got into the early 70s, many, many people in the United States who would never have come with us in those earlier days understood that this was a misguided, imperialist, violent war, and that it had to end. So that's how that went.
That's right.
And I think we'll probably see the same thing with our free Palestine. This is another chapter and a phase in that process, that the Palestinian people have the rights that any humans, or indeed that they deserve to have. But I wanted to tell you one last thing. In August of 1968, you may have heard that there was a Democratic convention to nominate a presidential candidate in Chicago. It was not a huge demonstration. I had been to very large demonstrations, but this was not one of the big ones because we had already heard in advance that the Chicago police under Richard Daley I, the elder Richard Daley, that he was going to turn those beliefs on to us. And that is exactly what happened. That's what happened. And I just want you to know that there is a continuum from my generation to yours. And that I'm so happy that I lived long enough to be with you, to share these stories.